Hey guys, just a quick intro before we do this review, where we're going to be checking out the review of the Screwattack Gaming Convention 2010 2-disc DVD set. Quick note, I usually do these DVD reviews as a way of showing you what you get for your money. This time it's going to be kind of weird though, because you can't buy this DVD. This DVD set was available for pre-order only over at Screwattackstore.com from, I believe, late January to early February. So, fairly limited run. I'm going to be showing you guys this time what you're missing out on, which, it's a pretty good DVD set. It's really indicative of what you would see if you checked out SGC. So, let's take a look. So here's the front cover here. It's the pretty basic, need to know, hey, it's the Screwattack SGC Gaming Convention for 2010. To the best of my knowledge, this is the first DVD set that they've made for SGC. Correct me if I'm wrong, because they could have done limited pre-orders in previous years and I've missed out. If I am wrong, I'd appreciate it. Send me a PM or something, or leave a message down here. But to the best of my knowledge, this is the first time that they've made a DVD for SGC. Now on the back you can see they describe it as a chronicling of epic gaming goodness. And my epic voice is horrible. But anyway, you can check out the opening ceremony, which to be honest I was not a fan of the opening ceremony. But then again, I wasn't there. Viewing it on a DVD though, it kind of was a slow moment for me. And the cosplay contest was a slow moment for me. And the dating game was a slow moment for me. The panels, though, are where this stuff gets good. Spoonie has a panel, the AVGN has a panel, Keith Apicary has a panel, Breno Floss has a almost a live concert of sorts. All the people who work at Screwattack have a question moment. Then you have the overthinker versus the underthinker, which is kind of an interesting segment that they did. They also have the Iron Man of Gaming, where that was fairly interesting to watch people compete in games that they had never played before, Hydro Thunder and Sonic 4. And then as a little bonus, you also have the top 10 SGC 2010 moments. The one thing that I do want to address is, let me zoom in a little bit, hopefully without getting any shadow on it. That picture there, where he's licking the zapper, that really makes me uncomfortable. It's almost like he's licking a phallic... Okay, let's continue. Let's pop this one in. But before we do, let's open it up and check out the discs like we always do. As is a standard for Screwattack, they have full-color pressed discs. As also is a standard, there's no liner or anything. However, they are pressed to get the silver background there and not the purple one. So we're going to be popping in disc 2. Personally, I think the footage on disc 2 is awesome compared to disc 1. Disc 1 has some interesting stuff on it, don't get me wrong. But disc 2 is where the goods are at, in my opinion. So let's pop it in and check it out. Okay, it starts out with no real intro or anything, just jumps right into it with Breno Floss singing the SGC song that they did, which is kind of a cool thing here. You've got a Play Everything feature. Thank you! Screwattack finally listens to me, or everyone else has mentioned it and don't even know about me, and have put in a Play All feature. Thank God. Go into more panels. It's got panels on the angry video game nerd Keith Apicary, Breno Floss, the Screwattack crew doing the rest of them. And I'll tell you what, these panels are actually probably the most interesting things that I thought were on the DVD set. My favorite two, personally, being the nerd, of course, and then the Breno Floss, which is almost a live concert. The one minor disappointment I had was the video quality. You probably can't tell from this video, but whenever you get into the actual video, it's a little blocky. It's almost as if like they took an online version of the video and blew it up for the DVD, which tells me they might not have kept the source files whenever they recorded, or they recorded everything at a real low resolution, which is kind of a bummer, but I mean, on the other hand, it's good footage. The quality might not be great, but the content sure is interesting. One disappointment I had, I'm using a 360 controller, so you can see here, trying to move forward in it. Sometimes that next chapter button works, sometimes it don't. Now, in this disc, it seems to work fine. However, on disc 1, I had trouble skipping forward. I don't know if it's possibly an issue with the version of the disc or what. And, like I said, other than the video quality issue and the fact that if you start with the first disc, it does take some time to ramp up a little bit. It's a decent little DVD set. Hold on real second, we'll pop in disc 1 real quick, that way y'all can see what's on it. Okay, now we've got disc 1 in here. The interesting thing about disc 1, unlike disc 2, there is a little bit of an intro there. Not much one, but a tiny little intro. I'm kind of surprised that they didn't add that to the second one. So on this one, you've got the main stage, which has the opening ceremony, the cosplay contest, and the dating game, as well as the Overthinker versus the Underthinker. I liked the Overthinker versus Underthinker, but the rest of these, I'm kind of iffy on. Your mileage may vary. You may find them hilarious. Like, yeah, there's some attractive-looking women in the cosplay contest, but other than that, I kind of got bored with it. Panels. There was some good stuff here. The Life and Level guys, which is more or less Jackass in video games if you put them together. But they had a pretty entertaining feature. And then Spoonie, of course, he had an interesting thing too. One thing I was disappointed with was that Pat the NES Punk had a panel over at SGC, and there's nothing on these DVDs with Pat. I'm not sure whether there just wasn't room on the DVD or what, but honestly, I really wanted to see Pat in this DVD set, and he wasn't there, which really bummed me out, but hey, maybe next time, right? Then going back one more time, you have the Iron Man of Gaming. You don't have the entire tournament, which of course would take forever, but you have the Sonic 4 reveal, the Hydro Thunder reveal, and the finals. Now, the Sonic 4 reveal was actually a pretty big thing.
When there comes a time where being 9 through 16 just doesn't cut it. So it's time to knock it down.
But right here's where they unveil Sonic 4, and this was probably a big thing for SGC, because this was the first time that Sonic 4 was playable, and it was really a wild moment, and probably the biggest time I saw the crowd just go completely nuts, because you could compare it almost to the Nintendo World Championships for the first time that Mario 3 was unveiled. I also like the Chris Jericho theme music on the countdown. I'm not sure how many people caught that it was a Chris Jericho music, but yep, that's what it was. This is probably the perfect way to unveil a game right here. Get a bunch of retro gamers in there, make that Sonic the Hedgehog spin, plus the Ring Collection sound. Bring it back with the 2D game footage. That is one way to make a crowd go absolutely ballistic if your crowd is retro gamers, of course. At least if you're a member of our little niche group, you'd go nuts. If you're just your average Joe, they're here like, hey, look, it's another video game. But, that is pretty well the SGC 2010 DVD set. What you're missing out on if you missed out on the review. You might be able to find them on eBay or something if you constantly looked hard enough. I really don't know. Maybe they'll re-release it at a later date, but as of right now, it was a pre-order only special. So we will see you next time with another review. And coming soon the next hardware review, which will be the iControl pad made from the Open Pandora team. The iControl pad is more or less a controller that you can hook up to your jailbroken iPod or Android device. It looks to be pretty cool, so we're going to be checking it out later. We will see you then.